Have you ever felt a sudden shift in the energy when a specific man walks into the room, a subtle feeling that his attention is locked entirely on you, even if he hasn't said a single word? Deciphering male attraction can often feel like trying to crack a hidden code, especially when a man is actively trying to keep his feelings under wraps. Men are socialized to guard their vulnerability, often hiding their romantic desires out of fear of rejection or timing. However, while a man can carefully control the words that leave his mouth, his subconscious mind is an entirely different story. The human body is hardwired to betray our deepest secrets, and when a man secretly wants you, his biology completely takes over. Psychology shows that intense romantic interest triggers involuntary behavioral tells, subtle, split-second shifts in body language, vocal tone, and spatial awareness that are impossible to fake. He might believe he is playing it completely cool, but his primal instincts are constantly working behind the scenes to close the distance between you, protect your space, and seek your ultimate validation. From the precise angle of his posture to the way his brain prioritizes the tiniest details of your life, these hidden behaviors serve as a silent roadmap to his true feelings. If you know exactly what to look for, you can bypass the confusing mixed signals and read his intentions with absolute clarity. In this guide, we are pulling back the curtain on the male psyche to expose the 15 hidden behaviors a man shows only when he is deeply, secretly captivated by you and desperately hoping you will notice. 1. The subconscious forward lean. When a man is secretly drawn to you, his body naturally betrays his hidden desires through gravity. Even in a noisy room or a crowded group setting, you will notice him tilting his upper body, shoulders and head toward you whenever you speak. This involuntary movement is a primal mechanism designed to close the physical gap and shut out external distractions. It signals that your voice is his primary focus and that he wants to catch every nuance of your words. By reducing the space between you, he is subconsciously trying to establish a private, intimate zone within a public environment. This forward inclination is a reliable indicator of genuine, emotional and physical attraction, as the human body naturally gravitates toward what it desires most while pulling away from what it feels indifferent to. 2. The protective radius placement. A man who secretly wants you will instinctively position his body to act as a shield between you and the surrounding environment without making it obvious. He will stand or sit in a way that blocks heavy foot traffic, crowded walkways, or potential disruptions. If you are walking down a busy street, he will smoothly transition to the side closest to the road. This behavior is rooted in an ancient, evolutionary drive to safeguard a prized partner from external chaos or discomfort. He might not even realize he is doing it, but his constant spatial awareness is focused entirely on your comfort and security. By establishing this invisible protective boundary around you, he is non-verbally signaling that your safety is his priority, showcasing a deep, underlying commitment to being your ultimate comfort zone. 3. Micro-fixing personal appearance. The moment you enter his line of sight, a wave of self-consciousness washes over him, triggering rapid subconscious grooming habits. He will immediately smooth down his shirt, adjust his collar, fix his hair, or touch his watch. These quick, nervous adjustments are instinctive reactions aimed at presenting the most attractive version of himself to you. In psychology, this is known as preening behavior, and it happens entirely on an emotional autopilot level. He wants to look sharp and put together in your presence because your opinion matters immensely to him. If you catch him constantly checking his reflection or straightening his clothes only when you are around, it is a definitive sign that he is highly invested in how you perceive him and desperately wants to make a flawless impression. 4. The prolonged soft focus gaze. Eye contact from a man who secretly desires you goes far beyond a casual glance. When you look away, you will often catch him looking at you with a gentle, lingering expression. When your eyes finally meet, his gaze will not instantly dart away in panic. Instead, it holds for a fraction of a second longer than normal social etiquette dictates. This soft focus gaze is characterized by relaxed facial muscles and slightly dilated pupils, which happen naturally. When the brain processes something it finds highly appealing, he is genuinely captivated by your features, your expressions, and your presence. This specific type of looking is his way of silently absorbing your image and connecting with you across a crowded room, serving as a powerful, silent bridge of attraction that speaks volumes without a word, mirroring vocal pitch and pacing. One of the most fascinating auditory signs of secret attraction is the phenomenon of vocal mirroring. When a man is deeply into you, His voice will unconsciously synchronize with yours in terms of rhythm, speed, and emotional tone. If you speak softly and slowly, his usually loud or rapid cadence will dial back to match your energy perfectly. Furthermore, research shows men often lower their vocal pitch slightly when speaking to someone they find incredibly attractive, adopting a deeper, more resonant tone. This behavior is a subconscious attempt to create a sense of harmony, comfort, and mutual understanding between you two. By reflecting your unique communication style, he is trying to build an immediate emotional rapport, making you feel completely understood, safe, and aligned with his vibe on a psychological level. 6. The Instinctive Hero Response. When a man harbors secret feelings for you, an innate urge to assist and support you automatically activates. This behavior manifests in small, everyday situations where he eagerly steps in to solve your minor problems, offer practical assistance, or provide support before you even think to ask. Whether it is opening a heavy door, offering his jacket when it gets chilly, or helping you navigate a confusing situation, he goes out of his way to feel useful in your life. This response is triggered by a desire to earn your appreciation and to demonstrate that he is reliable, resourceful, and capable of taking care of you. By positioning himself as your go-to problem solver, he is subtly trying to prove his worth and carve out an indispensable, protective role in your world. 7. Selective memory for your smallest details. A man who secretly desires you operates like a sponge for any information you share, remembering trivial details that others routinely forget. Weeks after a casual conversation, he will effortlessly recall your favorite childhood snack, the name of your first pet, or a specific career goal you mentioned in passing. This hyper-focused retention occurs because his brain flags everything associated with you as high priority and deeply meaningful. He does not just listen to respond. He listens to understand and store knowledge about your inner world. When he surprises you by bringing up these tiny details later, or by acting on them with a thoughtful gesture, it proves that you have his absolute, undivided attention and that he genuinely cares about the intricate layers of your personality. 8. The belly button alignment rule. Body language rarely lies, and the physical alignment of a man's torso is a powerful indicator of his true focus. Even if he is engaged in a conversation with someone else across the room, or looking in a completely different direction, his belly button and pelvis will naturally point directly toward you. In behavioral psychology, this is known as ventral alignment, and it reveals where a person's ultimate interest lies. We naturally shield our front when we feel defensive or indifferent, but we expose our torso to the person we subconsciously find most compelling. If his body remains oriented in your direction despite environmental distractions or shifting group dynamics, it means his internal compass is locked onto you, signaling that you are the emotional centerpiece of his current environment. 9. Spontaneous digital availability. In a world full of digital distractions, his response time to you stands out as an anomaly. A man who secretly wants you will make himself remarkably available whenever you reach out. You will notice that he rarely leaves you on read, and his replies are consistently prompt, engaging and thoughtful rather than brief, one-word brush-offs. Even if he is genuinely busy with work or personal commitments, he will proactively let you know or follow up the exact moment he becomes free. He frequently initiates contact just to share a funny meme, check on your day, or keep a conversation alive. This high level of digital responsiveness proves that interacting with you is a top priority in his daily routine, and he refuses to risk losing your attention. 10. The triangular gaze pattern. When you are talking face-to-face, his eyes will subconsciously map out a specific, intimate path across your features. Instead of maintaining standard, polite eye-to-eye contact, his gaze will shift in a subtle triangle, moving from your left eye, down to your lips, up to your right eye, and then back down again. This rapid, automatic gazing pattern is an involuntary, biological response to intense physical attraction. He is drawn to your mouth because he is subconsciously thinking about kissing you, or is highly captivated by the way you speak and smile. This shift from a purely social gaze to a sensual, triangular pattern is a clear boundary crossing from platonic interest into deep romantic desire, happening entirely on an instinctive level that he cannot easily mask. 11. Subtle, unnecessary proximity checks. A man who secretly wants you will constantly find excuses to enter your physical space, creating reasons to be near you that seem completely accidental. If you are standing in a group, he will naturally drift to your side. If you sit down at a table, he will choose the empty chair directly across from or right next to you. He might frequently pass by your desk or walk down your specific aisle just to create an opportunity for a brief interaction. This behavior is driven by a powerful magnetic attraction that makes him crave physical closeness. He is testing your comfort levels with his presence, hoping that by repeatedly closing the physical distance between you, a natural comfort and intimacy will develop, paving the way for a deeper connection. The emotional check-in glance. Whenever something funny, shocking, or exciting happens in a group setting, his immediate instinct is to look at you first. The moment the room erupts into laughter or reacts to a piece of news, his head will turn to see your reaction before he looks at anyone else. This automatic glance is a subconscious search for emotional validation and alignment. He wants to see if you share his sense of humor, if you are enjoying yourself, or if you are feeling uncomfortable. By prioritizing your emotional state over everyone else's, he is revealing that your perspective is the only one that truly matters to him. It is a clear sign that you are already the central figure in his mind, regardless of who else is in the room. 13. Defensive body language to outside distractions. When he is interacting with you, his body language creates a literal wall that shuts out the rest of the world. If someone tries to interrupt or call his attention away, he will respond with minimal effort, keeping his shoulders firmly angled toward you. He might cross his legs away from the distraction or keep his arms positioned to maintain a private bubble for the two of you. This defensive posturing shows that he resents anything that breaks the spell of your connection. He views his time with you as highly valuable and is unwilling to let outside noise ruin the moment. By physically blocking out distractions, he is letting you know that you have his complete attention and that nothing else around him is more important. 14. The lowered intimate voice register. Pay close attention to how his voice changes when he transitions from talking to a group to speaking directly to you. A man who secretly desires you will automatically drop his voice into a lower, softer, and more intimate register. This physiological shift is driven by a surge of testosterone and a subconscious urge to appear more masculine, soothing, and attractive. By lowering his volume, he forces you to step a little closer to hear him, effectively pulling you into a shared, private soundscape. It creates an immediate sense of exclusivity, making a casual conversation feel like a shared secret. This distinct vocal shift is a powerful tool of seduction that his body deploys without him even realizing it. 15. The lingering farewell delay. Goodbyes are the ultimate test for a man who is secretly harboring intense feelings for you. When it is time to part ways, he will consistently find ways to stretch out the final moments of your interaction. He will ask one last lingering question, tell a quick final story, or take an unusually long time to gather his belongings. His physical movements slow down because he genuinely does not want the interaction to end. When the final goodbye comes, his hugs will last a few seconds longer than a standard platonic embrace, or he will look back at you one last time before walking away. This reluctant departure is a definitive sign that your presence brings him immense joy and comfort, and he is dreading the moment he has to leave it.